On-demand amplification, limitless arc souls, time-traveling bullets. These are the ingredients to make the perfect Warlock build, the one-man fire team. Arc Soul causes our rifts to grant an Arc Soul to ourselves and our allies. It also causes our rifts to recharge faster when allies are near. We will be using it to refresh the cooldown on our souped up Arc Soul provided by our exotic gauntlets. Electrostatic Mind will create an ionic trace when defeating targets with arc abilities, or jolted or blinded targets. Collecting ionic traces now make us amplified. While we are amplified, our Arc Souls will shoot in bursts of 5 instead of 3. Spark of Beacons will create a blinding explosion when we get arc special weapon kills while amplified. Spark of Recharge will keep our abilities topped up by granting a 400% boost to our grenade and melee regen. Spark of Amplitude will generate an orb every 10 seconds for getting rapid kills while amplified. Spark of Instinct will release a burst of jolting arc energy while we are at critical health. We will be using the flashbang for one main reason. It has the shortest cooldown of all the arc grenades at 91 seconds. We want our grenade to be ready as much as possible. This is so that our Getaway Artist exotic gauntlets can always be activated when we need them by consuming our grenade. Consuming our grenade will grant us a sentient Arc Soul and grant us the amplified buff. Sentient Arc Souls last for 20 seconds instead of 15. They also grant you 5% grenade energy per burst if they damage an enemy. This Arc Soul is going to be putting in the most work in our one-man fire team setup because of its high uptime. But we still have a spot for one more little buddy. Enter No Time to Explain. Precision hits with this weapon, as well as hits against enemies affected by stasis, will grant a stack of Rewind Again and refill 1 ammo to the magazine. Upon reaching 10 stacks of Rewind Again, a time slip portal will be summoned for 9 seconds. Continuing to get precision hits will refresh the portal's timer. The time slip portal functions very similarly to an Arc Soul by firing a 3-round burst every 1¼ seconds. Each bullet deals just over 10 damage but has no damage fall off. The blast from the side catalyst reduces the time between bursts to 0.85 seconds. Swapping weapons will despawn the time slip portal. For your heavy weapon, you will want to run something with auto-loading holster to minimize the downtime on your time slip portal. I ran an auto-loading Adept Hothead, but if you want a slightly easier time reacquiring your time slip portal, you can run an auto-loading Palmyra to take advantage of the No Time to Explain's interaction with stasis affected enemies. Our special weapon is used more as a backup plan to blind enemies when we are in a pinch. So, I recommend something you can get a quick and easy kill with. I ran Loaded Question with Pugilist and Demolitionist to help with ability uptime in PvE, but in PvP, I ran a Macabre with Opening Shot and Snapshot sights. As long as you are amplified, which will be almost always, then your special weapon kills will release blinding explosions. For our armor stats, we want to focus resilience and discipline, followed by recovery. Our helmet will have 1 harmonic siphon and 1 kinetic siphon. If you have space for it, then feel free to swap the harmonic siphon with a 2nd kinetic siphon, as this is where most of your kills will come from. Then we have 1 heavy ammo finder because we will be getting a lot of exotic primary kills. If you want to lean into team support a bit, you could swap your arc siphon with a heavy ammo scout instead of a kinetic siphon. Kills from our Arc Soul do not count as grenade kills, so we will not be using any of the ability mods on our arms. Instead, we will boost our weapon reload speeds by 10 points each with 1 harmonic and 1 kinetic loader. Then we will have 1 harmonic dexterity mod so we can ready and stow our arc weapons quicker. Our chest will have 1 charged up so we may have 4 stacks of armor charge, and 1 harmonic reserves for more ammo to our arc weapons. Our legs will have 1 kinetic surge to boost our No Time to Explain damage by 10%, 1 recuperation for 70 HP on orb pickups, and 1 orbs of restoration for 10% energy to our ability with the least energy from our orbs. Our class item will have 1 bomber for 12% to our grenade energy when we bless our allies with an Arc Soul Rift. Then a Reaper mod so our Rift cast also blesses our next weapon kill with an orb. And one optional powerful attraction to scoop up any loose orbs. When entering combat, start off by consuming your grenade to get your Arc Soul. You now have 2 out of 3 of your fireteam members present. To get the third, try to get as many precision hits as you can with no time to explain while clearing the room. It only takes 4 bursts to summon your portal. You can target enemies as you see fit with this build. I typically go for the tankier enemies first and let the Arc Soul worry about the weaker ones. Keep in mind that precision hits will refresh your time slip portal, and standing in your rift or consuming another grenade will refresh your Arc Soul. For boss phases, start off by casting your super, then consume your grenade when it ends. Then fire a rocket at the boss and swap back to no time to explain and try to get your time slip portal back while waiting on auto loading holster. Remember to fire off another rocket as soon as it is auto loaded. Honestly, your time slip portal is going to be turned off and on a lot until you run out of rockets. But your Arc Soul is a different story and can be maintained by casting your rift. Thanks for watching and have a good one, y'all.